What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another MWZ video on my channel. Today I'll be going over 5 things that pro players do in MWZ. Now when I talk about pro players, I'm talking about like the top tier, really good zombies players. Not necessarily people that are just running the metas or streamers or some of the big famous names in zombies. I'm talking about people that are genuinely good at this game and they know what they're doing. So this will be a video covering a couple things that if you see players doing these things, more than likely they're pretty good at the game and they know what they're doing and they're out to accomplish whatever they're out to do. So anyways, enough chit chat here. We'll get into the first thing that they'll probably be doing. One of the first things you'll see pro players doing in MWZ is using the 0-point interdimensional portals, aka the fast travel teleporters. Now these are actually extremely useful, especially if you know how to use them properly, as they can literally take you from one side of the map to the other in nearly an instant. The only downside is you have to be able to locate them, know how to enter the proper sequence of symbols to get the right teleport coordinates, and it also costs 1,000 points or essence to use. Now, while this seems like a convoluted scheme and it's not really worth your time, it can be very useful because, like I said, if you start the game at one side of the map or one corner of the map and you need to do an objective or a mission or meet up with a friend on the complete opposite side of the map, you can use this teleporter to essentially get you there much faster than any vehicle, any other method in the game currently. And here's a quick cheat sheet on how to use these fast travel portals. It shows you all the entrance portal points as well as all the potential exit portal locations, and it shows you the key for each location and the symbols you need to enter to use the portal to get you to those locations. As you can see, you can almost literally teleport from one side of the map to the opposite corner, and this only costs you essence and it is super fast to use. Another thing you'll likely see pro players doing in MWZ is running with a laser pointer out. Actually, I'm just kidding. You'll see them running with any kind of kill streak out in their hands because you do move much faster with a kill streak. Now, this is kind of an odd quirk in the game, but I think it is intentional, so I don't see it being changed or nerfed out of the game, unlike some of the speed movement glitches that are in the game currently. But essentially, if you have like a mortar strike or a precision airstrike or the juggernaut suit, you can pull these items out and instead of using them, just hold them in your hand and you will gain a movement boost. Effectively, what this allows you to do is run and just move faster so you can outrun zombies, get across the map quicker, and it is essentially like having stamina, except you can stack this with stamina up to gain insane movement speeds. And even in like the level 3 high threat tier area, you can outrun most zombies just by pulling out one of these kill streaks because you gain such a huge movement boost. Right here I'll be showing you a side-by-side comparison of running with a normal weapon versus running with your kill streak out. On the left you have your normal weapon, and then on the right side you have a kill streak out. And as you can see, the kill streak is definitely allowing you to move much faster than a normal weapon, which makes this extremely useful for the high threat area and also to just get across the map much faster. The only downside I see to this though is you cannot shoot with your kill streak out. I mean, obviously you can use it, but if you need to shoot zombies or the AI soldiers, you have to switch back to your weapon, which is a little slower, but at least you can retaliate against them. And also, you seemingly can't use plates or interact with like zip lines and various things while you have your kill streak out, so that is something else to keep in mind. But if you do see players running around with their kill streak out, it's probably because they're trying to get somewhere really fast, and it is one of the fastest legitimate ways to get around the map right now. A third thing you might see pro players doing in MWZ is carrying extra gear with them. Now this usually includes self-revives, extra kill streaks, extra armor plates, and extra types of grenades, or even just extra of the type of grenade they're normally carrying. And this is in addition to the designated slots for these items that your character always has. And a lot of pro players will do this because it is just really helpful to have that extra self-revive or extra armor plates, because you will get beat up in zombies, you will lose armor, you will go down. And to have an extra self-revive or armor plates or kill streaks and such just makes the game much easier to play, especially if you're doing it solo or you're going into an extremely challenging mission or a boss fight. In addition to also just being extra prepared for yourself, if you're playing with a squad, it's also helpful that you carry extra gear in case your squad mate goes down and needs his self-revive, somebody else is able to carry an extra kill streak, or somebody needs extra plates or a type of grenade. It is helpful for squad play as well. And the fact that you can just simply pick up extra plates or self-revives or kill streaks and stow them in your backpack makes the game a lot easier, especially if you can run into a difficult situation with like a boss fight or a mission, or just a lot of like high tier zombies in one area. You can use a lot of firepower, a lot of gear up really quickly, and having the ability to stash extra definitely helps out a lot. A fourth thing you might see pro players doing in MWZ is using the Gravestone Easter egg in the high threat tier area in order to try to retain their pack-a-punch and weapon rarity levels. What this Easter egg does is it takes your weapon and strips it down to base rarity and takes the pack-a-punch level off of it, but then it spawns a reward rift that can potentially give you a similar Aether Tool and Ethereum Crystal to the level of rarity and pack-a-punch you had on the weapon that you just stripped down. Many pro players use this Easter egg to try to get a flawless Ethereum Crystal or a legendary Aether Tool so they can have that item available when they come into the next game. Some people will do it because not everybody has schematics, or their schematics are on cooldown. But this is only really worth it if you have, say, a legendary weapon or a pack-a-punch level 3 on your weapon. Because if you do it with a lower tier upgrade, it doesn't really give you much back, if it gives you anything at all. And it's kind of unfortunate that it does that, but at the same time, it's pretty easy to get uncommon Aether Tools and just raw Ethereum Crystals. They're not hard to get, and there's much easier ways to get those items than trying to do this Easter egg. But many pro players will use this if they have really upgraded weaponry in order to retain some of that upgrade to another game. And for the final thing you'll probably see pro players doing in this is doing the friendly Hellhound Easter egg. Now this is pretty easy to do, and you can kind of do it at any doghouse on the map, but in order to do the best version of it, you have to go to the high threat tier area, and you have to go to the one that's right here at this castle area. Effectively what you do is you get 4 chunks of flesh, which you can get these easily by either headshots on zombies or killing them with explosive weapons. Now once you get 4 of these, you simply take it to this doghouse, you insert it into its inventory, and it will spawn a tier 3 friendly Hellhound, which has an incredible amount of health, will kill zombies and special enemies and bosses near you, and has the potential to revive you if you go down, even if you don't have self-revive. Now this is incredibly powerful, especially for solo players, but it also helps in situations where you're going to a boss fight, a really tough mission, or if you just struggle with the higher tier area. This is a very good companion to help you in your gameplay. Many pro players do use this feature in the game simply because it provides them with either unlimited self-revives, an extra AI ability to take out enemies for them, or it's just something cool that you don't see a lot of people doing, so they do it and kind of flex on everybody with it. So there you have it. That is 5 things that pro players are doing in MWZ right now. Of course, there is probably more things out there that people would consider like pro level or high tier zombies player, and this is kind of excluding some glitches and like exploits and things that are not necessarily probably intentional in the game right now, but this kind of covers a basic of things that I do. I've seen other players doing, and usually those other players, they're pretty good at the game. They know what they're doing. They're not having any problems with surviving at the very least. So anyways, thank you for watching. I will be having more MWZ videos coming out soon. Hopefully you all enjoyed this one, and until then, I'll catch y'all in the next one.